This week, it's all about the bright lights of the big city. Where it's glamorous.
I think it's the best thing you've ever found, ever.
I want to buy it now, please.
Exciting.
Just being with you, Kirstie, I'm a bit short for words.
I don't do that to people, do I, Phil?
Yes.
Expensive.
This flat is about as good as it gets anywhere, but it's £2.5 million.
And you've really got to have your wits about you.
Let me just work that out. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
The pressure is on.
She's spending a vast amount of money, and I'm here to try and make sure she does it sensibly.
But it's up to us to deliver.
Welcome.
Wow.
To the penthouse flat.
This second-floor Chelsea Bridge flat is part of a new development, with the promise of shops and restaurants to come and the buzz of the King's Road just a few minutes away. It's on the market at £1.775 million, but with 3 bedrooms, bags of open-plan living space and an area set to vastly improve, Claire could get a great return on her investment here.
We've got 1,600 square feet here.
Wow.
It's very big, very open.
Very much so.
So no problem with mobility and getting around all of it.
Not at all.
What do you make of the location here?
It is a bit further out than I had thought originally, and it is very quiet at the moment.
Yeah. Let's have a look around.
She's not sold on the location, so the flat will really have to win her round.
And the master bedroom here,
Wow.
with its balcony. I mean, I'm very aware that you wanted a direct river view. This hasn't
Yes.
got it. It's got a water view.
Quite remember, yes.
I'm clutching at straws a little bit there.
It's what it represents to me, rather than the view itself. And yeah, it's all people and everything happening down there.
Well, this is 1,775,000.
Yeah.
Quite scary,
It is. Very scary.
but it's quite a lot of flat.
Yeah, no, it is. No, it is.
Claire's not sounding too convinced, Phil. Perhaps it's the shock of what you don't get for nearly £1.8 million.
So there we have it. How did I do with the first one?
Without a view, which isn't the end of the world, but without that, it's just a bit more.
Okay.
I would spend probably, given what's here.
Spend it, but you'd want everything.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
The flat may be a smart investment, but at this price, Claire wants it all. And I've still got a long way to go if I'm going to crack this search.
Wow. I'm really feeling the pressure to get this right for Claire. It's a big responsibility. I think that was a fair start, but there's certainly room for improvement yet.
There certainly is, and being on the right side of the river would be good for a kick-off. We're in Vauxhall, on the western boundary of the search area, and at £1.75 million, this 3-bed apartment offers everything Claire wants.
The bedrooms are smaller than in the Chelsea Bridge flat, but that's the price you pay for being right on the riverbank and close to all the action.
Wow.
Up on the 13th floor, full river frontage. It is a wow space.
It's silly to walk in here and sort of pretend that we're viewing a normal flat.
no,
we're not
no,
viewing a
not
normal
at all.
flat. What's the thing that stands out?
For me, it's his face, and it's a great view out there. Yeah. And it's so light and airy and modern.
This is a great flat, but all flats in this price range are going to be impressive. And I'm keen to root out what's most important to Claire in this search.
Would you say your principal concern is finding somewhere which delivers the greatest amount of independence?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, investment is a second to that.
Right.
Definitely. It's my life. It's not about money all the time. Yeah, of course I have to consider that to the future, but I want to enjoy it.
So independence is more important than investment for Claire, but we can't let either out of our sight.
It is extraordinary how adamant she is about the independence.
And obviously that is a huge, huge part of this. This is who I am. This is the money that is my compensation.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to spend it.
This is my future. I'm going to look after myself.
Yeah. Easy navigation is a key part of Claire's independence.
Is it good enough?
Obviously, the location here is much better than the last property. The bedrooms are a bit small, but I think with that, it's about compromise.
I've said it for years, but this really illustrates it. There are compromises with every budget.
Well, not the gold star quite yet.
No.
I'm pinning my hopes on this 3-bedroom penthouse in the middle of Claire's search area, close to Borough High Street. The river view scored highly at the second property, so it's a huge risk to now move away from the banks of the Thames, but you'd be hard pushed to miss any of London's landmarks from this fantastic roof terrace.
It's on at £1.75 million, and at 2,100 square feet, it's far bigger than anything else we've seen, providing plenty of open space for Claire to get around easily.
Welcome.
Wow.
To the penthouse flat.
Look at all these windows.
Look at that view, look at that terrace.
Wow, look at all that.
You really do get a sense of the city. You can't see the river, but you've replaced boats with people and activity and action.
It is properly 360 degrees.
It is. You see every part of London.
I mean, this terrace is just...
Yeah, perfect.
It all seems very positive and gleeful.
Yes, I want to buy it now.
Claire loves this place, and I don't blame her. It's fantastic.
But any teenager would be bowled over by a party flat like this, so I need to be doubly sure this is right for her.
She's going to do what she wants to do.
It's nothing to do with her wheelchair and her conditions. In fact, she's 18. She's spending a vast amount of money, and I'm here to try and make sure she does it sensibly.
Yeah, well, she's sensibly enough called on you. It's a great find, Phil. I think it's the best thing you've ever found, ever.
Well, I just want it to be right.
It is right. It is right. It's a happy flat.
Looking at this kind of budget, we're able
Yeah.
to show you very nice flats.
Yes.
But how are you feeling about actually laying down that kind of cash?
Yes, it is a hell of a lot of money, but then my situation is a bit different. And if that's what it costs for me to have the home that I want and that's accessible enough, then that's fine.
That's what it costs.
Yeah.
You see, Phil, no need for all that worry after all.
I think I can safely leave you now, having got Phil back onto the right track.
Yes.
Blah, blah.
From the
Blah,
north.
blah,
Yeah.
blah, yeah. Right.
We're moving to the easterly point of Claire's search area in Shad Thames. This 3-bedroom warehouse conversion cleverly mixes character with a more contemporary feel. And as for the river view, well, it doesn't get any better than this.
It's quite literally a stone's throw from Tower Bridge, which is why it has an asking price of a cool £2.5 million.
Claire's always said for the right investment, she's open to increasing the budget. Properties along this stretch of the Thames never go out of fashion, and long-term, a view like this is bound to underpin value. But what will Claire make of it?
Well, here we are.
Wow, again.
They're all going to be wow, Claire.
I know.
£2.5 million buys just under 1,700 square feet. here.
Right.
Direct river frontage.
Very direct.
It is very, very cool.
Wow, that is something new.
One of the most, if not the most, famous bridges in the entire world on your doorstep. How does it compare with the view from where we've been?
Well, you can't really top this, can you? So, yeah, with a view, this is just perfect. Completely.
I think we might have another contender. And there was me thinking you had it all sewn up, Phil.
As all these things, boils down to money.
Yeah.
And whether you feel it necessary to spend
spend
£2.5 million
that
quid.
extra- yeah,
Or whether you're happy with what you've seen already.
Quite a lot of things about. this.
Well, that is the first time that I've seen Claire a bit flustered. And I haven't taken it too far. This is a terrific flat. This flat is about as good as it gets anywhere, in my opinion, along the banks of the Thames. But it's £2.5 million, and that might be a step too far.
With the search so restricted to end terrace garden flats, the majority of properties within budget are ruled out. So it's quite frankly a miracle we've come up trumps with this quirky one-bed. It's a fantastic find in Crouch End, their top location. It's got the all-important side access for Aaron's motorbike and a great-sized south-facing garden. The living space has potential, and although it's £5,000 above budget at £285,000, I'm confident we could bring it in under that.
So,
Yeah, I like the
street gets a thumbs up.
Really like it. Really,
Right.
really like it.
Well, as you see, side access.
Wait.
So we're just going to sally up the side because we know the flat's not important. So, bike could live here.
Yeah.
If you got rid of these steps,
Yeah.
it would be a perfect place for it.
Yeah, I like this side access a lot. You could easily get a bike up there.
Just the small matter of seeing the flat now.
So, bit of an odd-shaped sitting room.
I mean, apart from being dark though, it could definitely be homely.
Like, I like the layout of the room. I like that it's quite quirky.
Jerry and Aaron are keen to keep an open mind, which is encouraging as the small basement kitchen is the trade-off here.
It's not bad.
It's all right. It's a bit strange.
I get the feeling that the kitchen's put you right off. You've lost your other room.
Yeah, slightly. Don't love the kitchen. And I think my kitchen is quite important to me.
Go and have a look at the bedroom and see what you think.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh dear, Aaron's happy with the side access, but he's got a lot of convincing to do if he's going to get Jerry on board with this flat.
Compared to what we're used to just now,
Yeah.
this would be the smallest bedroom I've ever had.
But you can have it as a bedroom, can't you? You
Yeah.
would accept it, eh?
Yeah, I think I could.
So it's an option.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, but it's all about compromising, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is all about compromise, just as long as that compromise has nothing to do with the bike.
At least it's got a window though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it does, Aaron. But if those bars weren't there, I think Jerry would be getting ready to jump.
I love the garden. It's the size of the bedroom, I think.
And obviously that kitchen's a little bit small.
Let's go and see the other things. Bearing in mind that's the first thing you've seen, and let's see what compares to that.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Follow the cat.
Follow the cat.
Well, I did warn them that solving the side entrance issue would mean a compromise on the living space. And that doesn't seem to be hitting home quite yet.
At just under £300,000, this one bed is 20 grand above their top spend. But it has that crucial side access, as well as offering a more traditional layout than the flat in Crouch End.
It's also a private sale, and if they like it, there may be a deal to be done.
Hello, I'm Phil.
Hello, nice to meet you, Phil.
Very nice to meet you.
Hi, nice
Jerry.
to meet you.
Phil has a scooter.
Yeah, I've
Oh, we
seen
can
that.
sympathise.
Yes,
We
yeah.
can sympathise.
That's why I brought him along. Fellow bikers.
I don't know if that's the same.
2 wheels, bike. 2 wheels and an engine, motorbike.
So, as you see, different.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, I like this. I like this.
What do you like about it?
This room alone has got a nice living room feel to it.
I like it more than the other one.
Yeah, so do
Just
I.
because of the light
Yeah.
and I like the location as well.
Come on, Aaron, we'll have a look out the back, talk about bikes and things.
Clearly Phil's here to work.
Well, see what you get out the back here, Aaron. Little patio area,
Yep.
bit of fresh air.
I think he would let me have the final say, but it's still a joint decision.
Yeah.
I'll still obviously take whatever he says and we'll decide together.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the girls gave you a bit of a hard time yesterday. I know what Kirstie's like when it comes to men and their toys.
I felt like Kirstie, not the girls, but Kirstie laid it on thick. Jerry was quite fine, though I think that Jerry was maybe feeling that I was asking for too much because Kirstie laid it on so thick.
Not that I'm trying to create friction between you and your partner. I think you're being a saint.
Thank you.
My take is, it is achievable. Here we are.
Yeah.
It's achievable. It's possible. But you restrict the numbers of things that you can even consider to such an extent. When you find one, you've got to just take it.
I accept that. And
Will Jerry accept that?
I think she will. I think she will.
I hope she will.
Unless she's telling Kirstie something else in there. Like the boyfriend could go on the bike.
Do you think Aaron meant it when he said, if we can accommodate the bike, the rest is up to you?
He better.
We better save your arse quickly.
Yeah, all right then.
This flat seems to be scoring highly, but it's going to take every penny of their £280,000 budget to keep Jerry, Aaron and the bike happy.
Aaron loves it. You've got this in the bag.
Yeah. I knew it.
What?
And you've been eating their chocolate eclairs.
Kirstie, did you put that in my pocket?
They have a bowl of chocolate eclair sweets in their sitting room, and you've been eating them.
You put those in my pocket?
I can't believe it. I have not. Get off.
Oh. This is a better size.
Yeah, I like this. For sure. This is a nice size, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aaron said to me he was worried that you might be talking to her into ditching the boyfriend and the bike.
Really?
Yeah.
He's rather sweet about it. He did say if push comes to shove, the bike would go before she did.
Let me just work that out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, gang, what's it to be?
Yeah, really like this one.
Yeah,
I could see us
yeah.
living here. Definitely.
It was nice to have Phil's support, wasn't it?
For sure.
Aaron speaks up about that.
Yeah.
Come again.
It's
quickly,
for
Phil.
sure a Dundee thing, Aaron, because you do say that quite a lot.
For sure.
For sure.
I don't know, it's maybe just being with you, Kirstie, I'm a bit short for words.
I don't do that to people, do I, Phil?
Yes.
OK, so it is 20,000 over budget, but it doesn't seem to have left Jerry short of words. For sure. This one-bed flat in Alexandra Palace doesn't have side access, but we've exhausted our options as far as that goes. It does have space at the front, which could be made more secure for Aaron's bike.
It's just 2 miles north of their beloved Crouch End, and it has bags of character, spacious rooms and a garden bigger than anything else we've seen so far. I just have to show them it.
Right. So...
I knew you would do this to us.
No, I'm not doing anything. It's my job to show you what's out there.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
Oh no!
It's not a bad thing. All I'm doing is saying, if you change a couple of the criteria, okay, big criteria,
Yeah.
you do see very different things.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say it, Kirstie. Spanner and works.
Oh my god. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
I like it a lot. It's more like a house now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Rather than a dingy flat.
They'd be crazy not to love this flat, but I can't help feeling there's a two-wheeled niggle at the back of Aaron's mind.
What do you think, Jerry?
I really love it. It's like a proper grown-up's house.
It is. You're just getting so much more, eh? In the space. Is it a stumbling block?
I don't know what to do.
I know he thinks I did the side access thing deliberately, but I didn't. I really, really, really wanted to accommodate that wretched motorbike. I promise I did. I don't actually like being the bad guy.
Oh, but you do it so well.
It's not them falling head over heels and going, oh, it's so much bigger, let's take it. The side access was very important all along, and it still is now.
But it's got
You know.
space at the front that you could put a bike
The bike safe, yeah, but don't get me wrong. We've been shown another property that's a lot bigger, but we knew it was going to be a lot bigger because we're further out.
Yeah.
So it's up to you.
Well, Aaron did say the side access would be the deal breaker for him, and it looks like he's a man true to his word. But Jerry's fallen for this place, and it seems they have a lot to discuss.
But I haven't gone completely bonkers, but I wanted to start you with this flat up here. So, absolutely bang on in terms of area.
Area's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Style of property, do you like that?
It's lovely.
Definitely.
And this is a good reflection of what your budget buys you right here. It's a beautiful flat. It's just pretty small.
Okay.
This flat does tick a lot of boxes on Sarah and Stuart's wish list, but size isn't going to be one of them.
Renting can be very spoiling, so when it comes to buying, most people have to compromise on either space or location. This time it's definitely space. At 378 square feet, this flat is about half the size of the one they live in.
It's only one bedroom, but it does have a roof terrace for the cats, and though it's a whisker over their budget at $235, I'm confident we could get it for the right price.
That's not a bad size, actually.
It feels nice and light and airy, but it does feel small.
Yeah. We're definitely buying the location. To give you a sense of other value for money, there's 3 flats in the building. The one beneath is a 3-bed flat, and that's on at just under $480,000.
Right.
Well,
I really want these two to understand the task they've set themselves. This flat is only an option for the short term. Is that enough?
Now, I haven't completely forgotten about your cats. Because although the bedroom is small, there is a south-facing terrace. So the cats would be happy, would you?
it's small for what we were intending on going for.
It's a single person's flat. If we were 25 and 28, it would be
I thought you were
perfect.
25.
I'm not sure even flattery is going to help you here, Phil.
Location is everything for Sarah and Stuart, and for my next property, we've really come up trumps. It's bang in the middle of their search area, and it's larger and cheaper than Property 1.
Not the prettiest street, though.
It's not, but it has potential. I just hope they can see it.
Hornsey Road, I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a flat up the top there. So, yes, it is above a Chinese restaurant that's open at night. First thoughts?
It's
Bit
horrible.
noisy.
We kind of wanted to get off the dirty main road above a shop.
Because that's where you are now.
Yeah.
That's why we're moving. So, yeah.
Has got the second bedroom.
We've got 3 bedrooms at the moment. We still want to move.
Yeah, but you're renting, and that's the difficult bit.
When did that become a reason for moving?
It's the first time she's mentioned it. This 2-bedroom, 2nd-floor flat has the outside space they've asked for, and it's in their perfect area. But to get them all this, I've had to think outside the box. Sarah and Stuart want a long-term flat, and one way to get that might be to do some work in the short term. This flat is £20,000 under budget at 210, and with a bit of vision, it might just be the stepping stone they need.
OK, now, I see this as a flat with a plan. It's on the market at 210. I think you could get it for less than 190. Maybe if you could get it for 185, something like that. Get in here, tart it up, and you can sell it on in 3 years' time and make some money on the way through.
I think the entrance is the horrible part. But I can see that you can turn this into something pretty impressive.
This sort of plan to get ahead of the market is only possible because of the high demand for these flats in North London. It's not necessarily going to work in most parts of the country.
And by the look on Sarah's face, it's not going to work here.
I've actually seen this one before.
Have you?
On the internet. I discounted it because I thought it was hideous, and I still think it's hideous. I'm sorry, but I do. I just wouldn't live here, I think, if it was £100,000.
This flat could be a way of getting them what they want, where they want to be in a few years' time. But Sarah's very clearly having none of it.
The size is decent. You could spend a lot of time and care and make the inside work, but I just don't want to live here.
This is really tough, but I just want them to accept that they can't afford what they want here and to move somewhere else and buy it somewhere that is suitable. Because they can't buy something suitable here. That's the simple fact of the matter is. It's gone. The market's moved on.
We like the outside bit, we like the inside bit, we just don't like the entrance bit and where it is, really. I reckon we need to go away and sit down and try and think exactly where we want.
Yeah, how far we can push the money to get what we want.
Yeah.
Because this isn't it.
No. No, I can see that.
Sarah and Stuart hope to start a family in a few years, and there's just no prospect of finding something that fits that plan in their current location on their current budget. The harsh realities of the market are finally hitting home. And if there's no more money in the pot, it's going to have to be the area that shifts. The one thing they said they wouldn't compromise on. Finding the long-term flat they want in budget has been close to impossible due to the competitive North London market. The last flat I showed them was a bit of a wake-up call. So I've taken a huge gamble and stretched the area further out to Turnpike Lane. This is the one thing Sarah and Stuart said they wouldn't compromise on, but we're still in North London, only 2 tube stops away from where they currently live. And I just hope that they can see past the postcode at what their budget can get them here. Welcome to Turnpike Lane. Immediate thoughts of standing on this street?
It's quite far
Completely
out,
discounted it. It's in the middle of 3 areas we least wanted to live in, but we're keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. That's all we can hope for. Come on.
After you two.
I think we're lucky Sarah is too polite to say what she's really thinking. I hope the inside of the flat makes up for the area, because she's not loving it.
It does, honestly. This one has it all and more. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a large garden for the cats. It's on at £245,000, which is 15 over their 230 budget, but we do know the vendor's open to negotiation. I said when we met that in order to find good flats in this market, you need an element of good luck. And we're in the right place at the right time here, because this has only just come on the market. We are the first people to see it. Future-proofs, family plans, the cats, people coming to stay.
I'm quite impressed inside, actually.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting
Big,
this
light
much
area.
space.
You'd have to be impressed. I mean, this is the whole purpose of coming here, is that whatever I show you needs to blow you away.
Yeah.
Do you think that you are prepared to make the move of a couple of tube stops in order to get the extra space? Or does being here make you just want to run back home and get a studio flat?
This is the nicest place that we've been inside so far. We haven't seen the rest yet.
Yeah.
And
So far with Phil or so far full stop?
so far, full stop.
Right. Well, you haven't seen the whole of it, so do you want to come with me, Sarah, and see the bedrooms?
Stuart, we'll check out the garden for the cats.
There we are. Now, this is the master bedroom.
It's huge.
It's huge. I mean, you're standing there by a whopping cot. There's a double bed. There's a bedside table. You know, it's really big. You're quite a long way from your comfort zone, but it has got much more space and a flat, which, as you said, is the best of any you've seen. Do you think you can manage to be that far from your current life?
I don't know yet. I'd have to think
Difficult.
about it.
I get one of these with a shed in it, close into town.
Definitely not in London.
We're still in London. We've still got a tube stop.
Yeah. Location's a bit further out.
I think you're doing the right thing. I really do encourage you to have the long-term view. However, once you have children, the gigs and clubs and pubs, it's just not a priority.
Yeah.
With space inside, schools at the end of the road and a garden, they are a priority. If you want to carry on doing the gigs and what have you, then you can't live in a place like this.
I think you can still do that if you're a bit further out.
Yes,
It's just
exactly.
more expensive taxis if you want to get home
Yeah.
quicker.
Stuart can see that with a few tweaks to their lifestyle, this flat will work for them, now and in the future. But Sarah still has some doubts.
Can't walk to all our friends' houses and walk home anymore. Can't walk 5 minutes up the road to the pub. It means tube pass, commute to work, smelly people on the underground. I want to pick it up, put it into Islington.
If I had a pound for every time I heard that.
Had a chance to chat?
Yeah.
I'm not expecting any great conclusions or decisions at this moment, but
No,
how you
it's
feel?
all positive, actually.
Yeah.
You know, the location isn't right for us, but
Everything else
is perfect, yeah.
There's a lot to think about.
I hope my gamble has paid off. They can have all they want here, but it's going to be hard to let go of their dream of living closer to town. Over in North London, I'm showing Sarah and Stuart my final property. The Turnpike Lane flat got them thinking, but they're not convinced about moving the search area. So we're back in the middle of where they want to be, in Holloway. We've got a cracking flat to show you. And we are less than half an hour's walk from work, so right back in the heartland.
It is extremely close to work. We're still close to our friends, close to the shops.
And we're going up there, top floor corner. Can't see further than that.
This former local authority flat has 2 bedrooms, an outside balcony for the cats, and it's decorated to a very high standard.
The market in North London is so competitive, and former local authority flats like this are so spacious that this kind of property isn't the bargain you might imagine. It's the most expensive flat we've seen at just under £250,000. It's £20,000 over budget. But if Sarah and Stuart want to stretch their resources and buy it, I'm pretty sure we can get it for less than that.
Entertaining kitchen, straight out to the living room. Got 2 double bedrooms. Got stunned silence from that half of the room.
It's a good sized flat, actually.
Smiles.
It's lovely.
Interestingly, the current person who lives here bought this on his own, now in a relationship, and he's moving to Turnpike Lane to get more space.
Do we do that before or after?
Oh, no.
That's the decision they have to make. Move a bit further out and get as big a property as they can afford now, or buy somewhere for their current lives and hope they can afford to make the move in a few years' time.
I like it.
I really like
I
it.
bet you don't like the outside.
I really like the front room. I love the kitchen. It's the location we want, but I still have a problem paying £250,000 for an ex-council flat. No outside space. The thing is, we've seen the Turnpike Lane. Do we move out now? Or do we stay here and have to do it later anyway?
Could you see yourself living here?
Yeah.
And how are you feeling about Turnpike Lane now?
Exactly. Is that?
Really weighing up the lifestyle options it would give us, the changes. Turnpike Lane has a garden.
You've got this space, but we can't pop out,
Yeah.
meet up with people just like that.
So it's down to location again, as I always knew it would be. Sarah and Stuart have a lot to think about, and I really have no idea which way they're going to go.
So, how's this for a starter location?
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks
it sounds good. A nice location up to the town.
Yeah.
And it's a nice quiet street.
It's a lovely quiet street.
This Victorian conversion has a decent-sized kitchen, sitting room and garden. The compromise here is that there's only 1 bedroom. It's on the market at £375,000, which is £5,000 under their maximum budget, and I think curb appeal could swing it.
So, what we've got here is a separate sitting room and kitchen. It's a 1-bed flat,
Okay.
but it does have a garden.
Oh.
Jolly good.
What we have here is a real cook's kitchen. A big... Oh, your face lit up, Louise.
Do you think it's big enough for you now?
Yes and no. I mean, the kitchen's lovely. The kitchen's a really good size. My only concern is if we do have friends to stay, there's not a lot of space for things like a sofa bed or...
Well, it's not for you to be providing accommodation for your friends. You're not a B&B. You've got so many priorities which have got to come higher in your day-to-day life.
Hearing you say it, it sounds very obvious, but it's actually just having heard it said, you know, why are we putting our friends above ourselves?
This flat works for them now, but with only 1 bedroom, I'm worried they may soon outgrow it.
I think it's an absolutely lovely flat, but I also can't help thinking it would be nice to see you buy a 2-bed flat now on perhaps not such a pretty street.
We're willing to compromise on the number of bedrooms or the outside space, but I think that curb appeal, the pretty street, it's easier to sell when we come to sell, and it attracts us, unfortunately.
Curb appeal is one thing, but they are going to be living in the flat they buy. And Matt will only be here 2 days out of 7. So does that mean that what Louise thinks matters more?
When we came in, Matt did some of this on the wall and sort of... Are you worried that he might go over the top with the head stuff?
I think he's just anxious. I mean, obviously, we're putting a lot of money into this. I think I'm strong enough, and I think he does say that he thinks ultimately I will have the final say.
Ooh, does he?
Yes, he does.
OK, I like the idea of Matt bowing to your decision-making powers.
I'm sure you do, but I'm not certain this one's got either of them on their knees.
It's a bit square and boring. It could be made more interesting.
You could landscape it.
I could definitely landscape it.
I'm really struggling with the fact that your couple they've got quite a lot more money than mine. but they are talking about a relatively short-term flat, I think. My couple's spending £230 are trying to do the long-term thing. They're trying to build the 5-year plan, have the 2 bedrooms.
Matt and Louise have never lived together. They decided to buy a flat together. That's the first move.
In today's market, more than ever, it is vital to plan for the future. But you have to walk before you can run. This could well be the right choice for Matt and Louise for now.
So, what do you think?
It's a good flat. I love the kitchen. I love the fact it's really nice and big.
It may be, for me, a little bit boring. I'm not asking the world, but it's just...
You are asking the world. You are asking the world, Matt, let me tell you.
I just think it misses the wow factor. Is that what you're...
Well, I think it would tick all my boxes from a boring practical point of view.
Wow factor clashes with about 3 of the other criteria, which is why I slightly overreacted and looked panicked when you said about wow factor, because I was like...
No, I think it's you are just opening my eyes to what the reality is.
So this is a maybe,
Yes,
Definitely,
a very
yeah.
definite maybe.
A definite maybe. We like definite maybes.
I take it all back, Kirstie. Maybe you're not in Clover after all.
I told you.
I love Crouch End. We did love it, but it was just the transport.
7 minutes walk from here is Hornsey train station, which takes you directly into central London.
If it is something that is so accessible to get to and from work and central London, then definitely possibility.
Sounds promising. Well done, Kirstie.
By coming to this part of Crouch End, we've found them a 2-bedroom flat that has almost everything they've asked for, including the wow factor. It's on the market for just shy of £390,000. That's 10 grand over budget, but the agent has hinted a deal could be done.
You've got a really nice sized sitting room.
It's a lovely room.
Yeah,
It's
nice high
nice,
ceilings,
again.
nice bay window.
I love the stained glass.
The kitchen is smaller than in property 1, but if they wanted to create more space, they could extend out into the good-sized garden.
You can see how far next door have extended their conservatory.
Okay, that's got potential.
If if you are happy to stay here. What are you thinking, Louise?
I like it. I really like it. It's the separately spaces. When you come in, it's a bit like a TARDIS. You come through and there's so much more space at the back.
The only thing that's counting against it is the curb appeal side of it.
Yeah.
The street's slightly shabby, but in that case it can only go one way.
Yep,
Up,
that
I
is
hope.
true. Up. Oh no, God, yes, yeah. Can only go one way. The thing about it is that first flat didn't have any wow factor, super
Yes.
cute street. This, much more wow factor when you come in and the big garden and the space, but a bit of scruffy street.
This could be a great flat for Matt and Louise, and while it's not quite future-proof, they could live here happily for the next 5 years. Surely they won't let the lack of curb appeal put them off such a strong contender.
So, 2 flats, a definite maybe this morning, but has this flat knocked the other one into the long grass?
I don't think completely. I think this definitely, it's completely different, isn't it? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's brought us back to Crouch End, which is an area I've always really liked.
It is cheaper. We're getting a big 2-bedroom property here with a garden and room to grow.
I think the answer is you've got a lot to think about. Don't have a sleepless night because you will need your wits about you tomorrow.
Oh, Kirstie, they're bound to have a sleepless night
We've
now.
managed to find them the biggest property yet with curb appeal and wow factor.
We've seen a big flat in a scruffy area. We've seen a small flat in a really nice area.
Yeah.
This flat is the one that doesn't have any outside space.
Okay. Chiswick's got lots of green space. We're on a nice quiet street.
And we can't have everything.
No, we can't.
This split-level Victorian conversion does have a lot, though. 2 double bedrooms, a mezzanine kitchen, a massive sitting room, and it's bang on budget at £379,950, having been recently reduced from £400,000. It's generating a lot of interest.
So, this is the front room.
Yeah, the high ceilings are great. There's a real good feeling of space with that up to that mezzanine floor where the kitchen and dining room
nice
are.
and open,
Yeah.
which is nice. You don't feel cramped at all.
Yes.
It's just really good.
That's a good start, and they've not even seen the best bit yet.
Here we are on top of the world.
Okay. And a whole other aspect to the property.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really lovely having the kitchen and dining overlooking.
Yes. Really nice.
Really nice.
It's all here, it's all working, it all looks good.
Yeah.
I think Matt and Louise have fallen for this place, and who could blame them?
Matt is the most eagle-eyed house hunter I've ever had. What I hope is that if there are any problems, he will just forge through them and realise that in the great scheme of things, they're not that big a deal.
Do you think the fitted wardrobe would come out if you wanted it to?
It looks like it's falling apart along the top anyway.
Something for a Sunday for you.
Something to keep
If
you
you
out
don't
of
have a
trouble.
garden to keep you entertained, you can...
This flat is in move-in condition, but there are enough little jobs to keep Matt busy at the weekends.
What do you think?
The bedrooms are both great sizes, both decent doubles.
It's got a really good feel, this flat, a really warm feel.
This morning you had a choice between two properties which were very different. Now a third property has been injected into the proceedings. Has this crystallised anything?
This morning I was toying up with, was it area or was it the property? And I couldn't decide, whereas now we've got this one where we almost have both.
In my mind, there is a clear leader. It just requires a bit of thought over a cup of coffee as to see
Some
how...
caffeine-induced fault, I think.
If there's a
Do you
clear
want
leader.
to go for a cup of coffee and sit down and talk it all through and make lists and...
Yes.
Our search is centred around the Borough of Hackney, between the City of London and the Olympic site.
Now, most of the games will be in the new stadium and around the Olympic Village being built near Stratford.
The trick is to be close to this area to benefit from the massive redevelopment of roads and public transport, but not too close. There is going to be some serious building work going on.
The girls like living in their bit of Hackney, so our first port of call is a flat undergoing conversion nearby.
It's in Clapton, an area that's ideally situated to benefit from the Olympic effect.
It's on a busy road, but the plus side is that it's on several bus routes into the city and West End, and there's a park right opposite.
The flat has a good-sized sitting room and separate kitchen, bathroom and 2 bedrooms.
It's on the market for $220,000, which is at the top end of their budget, but a deal could probably be struck if the girls like it.
This is a property which is halfway through being developed, and I think it's very attractive.
I think we're also in a spot that's going to benefit hugely from the Olympics. The girls could put their own individual stamp on an unfinished flat like this, but will the layout be right for them? Come through here to the kitchen, which for a relatively small flat is a very generous kitchen.
Really good size. It's fine, isn't it? First impressions?
Yeah, it's
I really like
so
it.
much
It's really
better.
light and airy, which I like, and it feels spacious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So far, so good.
But will the girls be happy about the different sized bedrooms? And this is where the arguments begin.
Okay, so
This is
the
really
smaller
small.
one.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have 2 bedrooms that both fit in,
Yeah.
a double bed and a wardrobe.
Does this room cancel out the flat?
Yes, for me it
I
does.
think it does. I'm afraid. I just can't see a double bed and a wardrobe fitting in here with it.
It's fine.
Fine. I've let Phil go ahead and show the girls the next flat. I get the feeling I need to widen the search a bit.
Well, this next flat scores well on the bedroom front. But first things first, the location.
We're in Bethnal Green, closer to central London. It offers a more secure investment as the whole area has become incredibly fashionable and sought after in the last few years.
It's staggering distance from the bars and restaurants of Brick Lane, and it has great tube and bus links. Plus, look at those city views.
Mind you, it is on a large estate, and for many house hunters this would be a no-no, but much of this is privately owned and would be a cracking investment.
I fully appreciate it's not what you had in mind. Outside, but inside as well, worth a look.
Okay.
Buying ex-local authority flats can be a good option for people on a tight budget. Being purpose-built, they offer excellent, well-proportioned rooms and value for money.
This maisonette is immaculately presented, if a bit on the colourful side, and very spacious, with kitchen, sitting room, bathroom and 2 good-sized double bedrooms.
On the market for $205,000, it's well under their budget.
Head through into the kitchen, and you'll see that it's very cool and trendy.
Yeah, isn't it?
You
So
look
far, so
absolutely terrified.
No, I'm open-minded.
You sure? Can you give it an open mind or not?
I have to be honest, it's difficult coming into what we've just come into. I mean, it is nice,
flat
but it
looks really
doesn't take
nice
away
walking
from
into
the
the
fact that that's where it is.
I wonder, is it even worth showing them upstairs?
Perfectly nice bedroom, but I don't want it to be my bedroom. Basically.
I can see what's going on, and I do have the greatest sympathy. If this was considered a scuzzy and nasty and cheap place to live, it wouldn't be on the market at 205,000.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, these fly off the shelves. People are wanting to live here.
It's a big location thing, isn't it?
We're trying to fit a triangle, a jigsaw, between space, location and budget. And we've just got to find the right fit to suit you guys. We've got to find you the right place to start with. We're stood on the wrong one, aren't we?
I think so, yes.
Right. I can handle it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sadly, although this would make a good investment for the girls, they obviously don't feel happy about living on a large estate, however attractive the financial return.
There is now no doubt that security is paramount, but living in an ex-local authority flat would be a great investment for the girls. And I think I've got a fantastic property that Rosie and Laura will love.
It's in Stoke Newington, a bit further away from the Olympic zone, but will still make a great investment.
And nearby Dalston is due to benefit from the East London Tube and Rail link by 2010.
Now, we're not looking at one of these Victorian cottages.
Okay.
We're looking at a ground floor flat over there.
Okay.
Well done, Kirstie. This flat's a perfect first-time buy and a totally different proposition from the Bethnal Green property.
Most of these are privately owned.
Right.
The building is ex-local authority and it's no beauty, but it's situated on one of Stoke Newington's prime streets, and it's better to be the worst house on the best street than the best house on the worst street.
It's a stone's throw from trendy Church Street, and for comparison, a 3-bed house on this road recently sold for 430 grand.
The flat is really spacious with a large sitting room, eat-in kitchen and 2 great double bedrooms and bathroom.
All this for 210,000, 10 under budget, but will they go for it?
It feels so different being outside.
It does feel really different.
What you guys need to be thinking about is the attractions of living where this flat is versus some of the drawbacks about being in an ex-local authority building that you don't like the architecture.
There's something about walking into that initial area with the concrete staircase that's just it's a little bit depressing.
The kitchen will win them over.
When I came in here, I thought, this is like, we're in a new build house.
Lovely.
Yes.
Really nice size.
I think the problem is that the kitchen is probably less important than having 2 bedrooms that we love. And I don't love those bedrooms.
I think what's going on here is that you still have your heads in rental mode. I see that you probably don't want this flat.
No,
wait, let me wait.
Gun.
No, I know, I'm not jumping the gun. 11 seconds, Phil. But I want you to go and have a look around and make sure you're registering exactly what you're turning down in terms of space, layout and location.
Yeah. You tell them, Kirstie. They're being blind to the obvious. This is a fantastic opportunity and it won't be bettered in terms of location or investment.
This is nice. There's just something that doesn't make me go, yes, I love it. Or, it's exactly what we're looking for.
That's the thing that's a bit odd, because it is kind of exactly what we're looking
for. They're still in teenage mode. They just want a nice pad with big bedrooms.
Well, reality is 220 doesn't get them that here.
No, it doesn't get them that virtually anywhere.
As much as I want a bargain, I don't think I can move into next local, Laura. I don't know why.
We've got a prejudice, I think. But I think it's a consideration, because at the end of the day, this is what we're doing it for, an investment to get on the property ladder.
Just quick, how much is it on for?
It's on the market at 210,000.
Okay.
Thought-provoking?
It is really thought-provoking, because at the end of the day, it is an investment.
Maybe a change of heart. Maybe we'll be back after all.
So we've got to come up with something pretty quick because it's getting harder to find anything decent with their budget of £220,000.
Well, beauty is skin deep. But since they were put off by the outside of the ex-local authority Stoke Newington flat, we need to show them a flat on a privately built estate of similar proportions and budget.
If we show them a like for like, then they can make a proper comparison.
And we're up on the top level.
This flat is back in the Olympic property hotspot of Clapton and overlooks Hackney Downs. It has a sitting room, kitchen, 2 good bedrooms, a bathroom, and is priced at £210,000.
It's within a private estate and is a 5-minute stroll to the nearest bus stop.
It, to me, feels a little overpriced. The fact that it's on at the same figure as the flat in Stoke Newington, it just makes me think,
It's not as big in terms of square footage as the Stoke Newington flat. So that's in a better area, it's a better layout, it's a bigger flat, but it's ex-local. Here we are, we've got away from the ex-local. I know it was something you were mildly concerned about, but we got a smaller flat at the same price in a weaker area.
Yeah. It's funny because that is true, but I get a nicer feeling from this flat.
Go and have a look at the bedrooms.
Okay. I do like the living space.
It's a lovely flat, but I'm not sure it's the best location for these two.
This view is absolutely
The view
stunning.
is lovely. It's nice to look at. Would you want to walk in it?
It wouldn't worry me, but I'm not.
You're quite a large bloke.
Thanks.
Anyone who decides to muck with you has got to have their wits about them, Phil.
True, very true indeed.
Because it's high up, it is really light, which I like.
Laura's also picked up on my concern about the park.
Maybe this is like a bit of a ridiculous concern, would be when we do finish late at night walking along that park for safety issues.
I think it's a valid point.
So the location here probably counts this one out. We're not getting very far with these two.
Rosie and Laura have seen 4 flats so far. Sadly, none has really come up to their expectations. So we're going to have to up the budget a little and go for wow factor.
So we're going for broke with this stunning period conversion flat in Clapton, which might just do the trick.
It's been done up to the highest standards and has a huge sitting room, 2 good-sized bedrooms, study, modern kitchen and bathroom.
It's on at $235,000, well over their budget, but we might be able to do a deal.
It's massive. Really nice.
That's a better reaction, girls.
I can actually kind of see us here. It feels like a house.
Like a really big step on from where we are.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
This is bedroom 1. Currently, the vendor uses this solely as a bedroom and then the other room as a dressing room, but it is a double room, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's
Really good
large,
size,
isn't it?
yeah.
Is there a wow factor for you with this flat?
To me, there is. It just feels so spacious. Like we wouldn't be on top of each other. You know, it feels like a home.
I agree, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
So, bedrooms all right?
Really good. Both really good sizes.
Yeah.
Airy, spacey. Nice.
Kitchen follows the same theme. Very contemporary, very slick.
It is.
I think it's fair to say that there is quite a lot of value tied up in the finish of this flat. Someone spent a lot of money on it, and they're wanting some of that as profit. But we are in E5, which of all the postcodes, this is the one that is predicted to benefit most from the Olympics.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's definitely my favourite.
It would be your favourite because it's the most expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's their favourite now, but will this flat go the distance?
It's way over their budget, so I hope they think long and hard overnight and don't let their hearts rule their heads. Next day, not surprisingly, Rosie and Laura tell us they want to return to the smart conversion flat. But much to our surprise, they also say they want to have a look around Stoke Newington, so we meet them there.
That's a turnaround. They've realised the error of their ways.
They've obviously seen sense. At 210 grand, this flat's easily affordable.
I'm not sure we made enough fuss of this kitchen when we came the first time. It's really big. It's totally done for you. Gas cooker, space for washing machine, space for a decent sized fridge. There's a lot of storage and it's hugely light.
Yeah. I definitely don't feel as opposed to it the second time round.
I actually like the flat better this time than the first time we saw it.
Is that because you've enjoyed the environment on the walk, or you've seen some worse things over the last few days?
Bit of both, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no doubt in my mind this is the more practical option. If you ever did go separate ways and decide to keep hold of it as a rental investment, this would rent every day of the week, every year. Tenants aren't worried about the aesthetics of a building. They want a flat that's easy to live in.
Yeah.
They appear much more inclined towards this flat today, but will it triumph over the stylish Hackney conversion?
What's going through your minds as we come back here? What are you here to learn?
Well, as we came in the door, we said, should we run away now? Because it's all a bit too
feels really
difficult.
We just wanted to do a run.
Do a runner, yeah, basically.
Obviously, you know, the flat is lovely when you walk into it. It has a nice feeling. It has that feeling of space.
I think from seeing the other one though again, it has almost taken something away from this
Yes,
flat.
definitely, because
It doesn't feel so unbalanced anymore. It feels more on a par. We would probably, in an ideal world, actually like to do something to the house that we move into. And here, it's almost done to someone else's taste so much that really, if we moved in, it'd almost be like moving into someone else's house.
There may well be an argument also that this flat is slightly overdeveloped for its area. It's on at 235, so even if you could get it for 220, it would still be a top-ish flat. And all the talk of this area going up is not based on flats which are already at the top of their area. Is it better to buy the worst in the best street or the best in the worst street?
Yeah.
And that is an ongoing property argument. And this is definitely the best in the worst street.
This is a really tough decision for Rosie and Laura, and they look so tense. It's hard to compare two totally different properties.
It's a bit of a couple's flat, isn't it?
I feel like I'm going against everything that I actually think, because I would never really, aspire to buy a next local. And I didn't particularly want him in Stoke Newington.